All right, now that all the Lauren Forest is on there, we're going to be doing just another light dry brush of Mutt Green. So basically doing the same thing, just not as much. And just doing a little lighter, a little less in the areas. Kind of like that. So this should go pretty quick. I guess it's not a traditional dry brush, as I'm kind of dabbing it. I probably still have enough on here. Like there, got a little bit on that rock. It's okay, because this is not the last step either, even though it's taking forever. Using this. Okay, no. So honestly, you could probably stop there. I'm not going to, however. I like to put on some static grass and some little tufts, and then obviously I'm going to clean up the edges. I think I will also be basing the movement tray just to see how it turns out. I'm probably just going to do the top in sort of the same manner as the models themselves. But on to the next part. All right, this next step, I'm going to be putting some static grass in some of the areas where some of these tufts won't fit. So I'll probably be using some of the small tufts, switching between the kind of the brown and the green. So I'll be putting glue in some of these smaller areas where static grass could go. Some of the models won't really have room for some of the tufts. Some have a lot of room, so it'll be kind of up in the air how I put it on there. But when there's not as much room, I'll use some glue with static grass. If there's more room, I'm still using glue and static grass, but I'll be once I'm done with that, I'll be putting the tufts on. So we'll just start with a couple little. You don't need a lot of glue for this, and I'm also not putting it like everywhere where there's a little bit of room, because I don't want to like cover up everything I've done with just a bunch of grass. So don't need a lot. I'm trying to keep it under control too, because this stuff can get messy. So put it on there. tap it off if there's not as much as I'd like. Maybe put a little bit more on. Yeah. So nothing crazy. So I don't think I'll be putting a tough on this guy. So this guy's basically done. Well, once it's dry, I'll kind of blow them off so there's no static grass anywhere. So this guy has a little bit more room around here in the front, maybe not so much in the back. So I'll probably put a tough 1 or 2. So I won't do as much static grass. So yeah, maybe I'll just go back this way with some grass, put a tuft there, put some grass in the back. So I didn't leave too much room there. I'm gonna try to mush some of that over so there's a little bit more room. And until the glue dries, it's, you know, you can kind of do that sort of stuff. So mush that over a little bit for a tuft there later. And yeah, you know, static grass is pretty cool, but it's easy to get carried away and then your whole base is covered in that stuff. Here's another good one. I'll put a tuft on there, put it right up in front. Before I was using my fingers to pinch this stuff, it just gets everywhere. So just using these little hobby pliers, I guess. It just sticks to everything. That's static. What you don't want is it to get into like your paintbrushes or your paint. So try to keep it, I just use a little Tupperware container to keep it all contained. Do one more. Show you what I'm gonna do with this guy. Along the edge here. Put a tuft right there. And then put some static grass back here. Again, I'm staying away from covering up, you know, the medium-sized rocks. So I stayed away from the big rocks with all the paint. You know, hit a couple medium-sized rocks with paint. Staying away from the medium-sized rocks with static grass. Like this one, just, that was kind of a lot. But you know, it's, like I said before, it's not supposed to be crazy perfect, not to be judged by anyone other than yourself and your close friends. All right, so I fast forwarded and skipped through some of all that because there was a lot. Now next we're gonna move on to any place where there's like a little spot that's open, that's big enough. I'm going to try to put a little tuft of grass, or I guess it's swamp tuft or highland tuft. Okay, So let's see. I'm going to be putting on these tufts, and just to make it kind of even, I'll just alternate and see how it goes. I don't think I've used these before, but I think they're probably pretty similar to some others that I've used, where they've got a sticky backing, and I hope that it sticks to the basing material. Yeah, it looks like it will. And yeah, so that's basically what I'll be doing, is taking the tufts, sticking it to an open spot on the base, and kind of just smashing it down. You can see how it looks there. And then I'll see if this guy, yeah, this guy has a little spot. And then I'll just alternate green, brown, if I can pull this one off. There we go. Just like that. And you know what? There might be a spot back there, but whatever. I want to make sure that I have enough for everyone. I just push it in. Next one. And I think, yeah, that's a big enough spot for maybe one of these bigger tufts. In my experience is that when I push them on there, they stay pretty well. Cool. All right. Here they are with the tufts. You can see it just adds a extra element to their bases. And that's, for the most part, all of it. I'll be putting a black paint on the edge of their bases just to clean it up a little bit, and then I'll do the tray another time. All right, so I think I'm done. For the tray, I basically did the same thing that I did for the models. Glued on some sand, used some Agrax Earthshade on it, dry brushed some Lauren Forest, and then a little bit of Mutt Green, glued on some static grass, leaving some of the rocks and some other things exposed and not colored. And now you can see they fit right in there. Some of the sand kind of went over a little bit, but yeah, this is the first tray that I've based before, but I think it looks pretty awesome. Yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I can get another video out soon. Thanks.